The man they called the Dragon of Seoul never raised his voice. He didn't have to. When Kang Ja-min walked into a room, conversations died mid-sentence. Men straightened their backs, women lowered their eyes. Even the air seemed to tighten around him. In Seoul's underworld, his name was not spoken loudly, because everyone knew what happened to those who did. But on a cold Thursday evening, something happened that no one expected. A girl walked into his office and didn't bow. She was small compared to the towering guards outside. Dark hair tied back neatly, simple coat, no jewelry, no fear. The men at the entrance tried to stop her. "You don't have an appointment." "I don't need one," she said calmly. Her voice wasn't loud, it wasn't trembling, it was steady. That was the first mistake. Or maybe the last. Inside, Kang Ja-min sat behind a massive black marble desk overlooking Mahan River. The city lights reflected in the glass behind him. He didn't look up when she entered. "People who walk in uninvited," he said softly, signing a document, "usually leave in boxes." The guards smirked. The girl stepped forward. "I'm not afraid of dying." That made him pause. Slowly, he looked up. And for the first time in years, Kang Ja-min felt something he hadn't felt since he was a child. Recognition. "Leave us," he ordered. The guards hesitated. Now. The room emptied. Silence settled like smoke. He studied her face, the shape of her eyes, the slight scar above her brow. "Who are you?" he asked quietly. She reached into her coat pocket. His hand instinctively moved toward the drawer beneath his desk. But she didn't pull out a weapon. She pulled out an old photograph, worn, folded, slightly torn. She placed it on the desk. It was a picture of a young man, smiling, and beside him, a pregnant woman. Ja-min's breath stopped. He hadn't seen that picture in 25 years. "Where did you get this?" he whispered. She swallowed. "My mother kept it." 25 years ago, Kang Ja-min was not a mafia boss. He was just a reckless young man in love with a woman who believed he could be better. Her name was Hana. She was warmth in human form. She hated the violence, hated the men he surrounded himself with, hated the blood on his hands. But she loved him. And when she found out she was pregnant, she begged him, "Leave this life. Choose us." He didn't, because ambition is louder than love, and power is more addictive than peace. One night, enemies attacked his home. Hana disappeared. He was told she was dead. He believed it. And that night, something inside him died too. The boy who once dreamed of being better became the monster Seoul feared. The girl standing in front of him now had Hana's eyes. "My mother wasn't killed," she said quietly. "She ran." Ja-min's chest tightened. "She knew your enemies would use her against you, so she disappeared." His hands trembled slightly. "She raised me alone. She never told me who you were, until she got sick." The room felt smaller. "Where is she?" he asked. The girl's voice broke for the first time. "She's dying." Ja-min stood abruptly. The powerful, untouchable Dragon of Seoul suddenly looked like a man punched in the chest. "Take me to her." The hospital room was small, nothing like the luxurious facilities he owned. Hana lay in the bed, thinner, weaker, but still beautiful. Her eyes opened slowly when he stepped inside. For a moment she didn't recognize him, then she did. A tear slipped down her cheek. "You became exactly what I feared," she whispered. He fell to his knees beside her bed. "I searched for you." "No," she said gently. "You searched for revenge." That hit harder than any bullet. Their daughter stood silently by the window. "My name is Yura," she said softly. He looked at her. Yura. He had missed birthdays, missed first steps, missed scraped knees and school graduations, all because he chose power. Hana reached for his hand weakly. "Promise me something," she breathed. "Anything. Don't let her inherit your enemies." 3 days later, Hana died, and the entire underworld waited to see what the dragon would do, because grief makes monsters more dangerous. But they were wrong. It made him different. 1 week after the funeral, Kang Ja-min called a meeting. Every major crime boss in Seoul attended. They expected war. Instead, he shocked them. "I'm dissolving my operations." The room exploded. "You can't just walk away. You'll leave a power vacuum. You think your enemies will let you retire." Ja-min's eyes were cold. "I don't need your permission." And then he did something no one expected. He handed over files, evidence, bank trails, secrets that could destroy them all. "You built your empires on fear," he said calmly. "So did I." He paused. "But fear ends tonight." Police sirens began echoing outside. Chaos erupted. Men ran, shouted, tried to escape. But it was too late. Ja-min had orchestrated everything. He dismantled his own kingdom in a single move. That night,
He sat alone in his office for the last time. Yura walked in. "You knew they'd come after you," she said quietly. He nodded. "I made too many enemies." Footsteps echoed in the hallway. Gunshots. Screams. His loyal guard burst into the room. "They're here." Ja-min turned to Yura. He handed her a folder. Inside were legal documents. Properties. Investments. Clean businesses. He had been preparing. "For years, I thought power meant control," he said softly. "But power is choosing who you protect." He pressed a hidden button. A wall panel slid open. A secret exit. "Go." Tears filled her eyes. "What about you?" He smiled faintly. "For the first time, I'm staying." As Yura disappeared into the passage, gunfire erupted. Men stormed the office. Ja-min stood alone behind his desk, unarmed, calm. "You destroyed us," one rival boss growled. "No," Ja-min replied. "I freed her." Bullets rang out. The Dragon of Seoul fell, but this time, not as a monster, as a father. Months later, a press conference shocked South Korea. A new foundation was announced, the Hana Foundation, dedicated to helping families escape violence and organized crime. The CEO, Yura Kang, poised, strong, untouchable. When reporters asked about her father's past, she answered calmly. He made mistakes. She paused. But he chose how his story ended. The underworld feared Kang Ja-min. The city cursed him. History judged him. But one person forgave him. And sometimes, that's the only redemption.